Welcome to this lesson on naming acids and their special naming rules. Acids are an important class of chemical compounds, and understanding how to name them correctly is essential for chemistry students. In this video, you will learn the systematic approach to naming acidic compounds, including both binary acids and oxyacids. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to confidently name any acid you encounter in your chemistry studies. Let's begin by understanding what acids are. Acids are compounds that produce hydrogen ions, represented as H+, when dissolved in water. This is the defining characteristic of an acid. An important rule to remember is that all acid formulas begin with the element hydrogen. Written as H, this makes it easy to identify acids when you see their chemical formulas. If a compound starts with hydrogen, there's a good chance it's an acid. Acids can be classified into two main types based on their composition. The first type is called binary acids. Binary acids contain hydrogen and only one other element. The second type is called oxyacids. Oxyacids contain hydrogen, oxygen, and another element. Understanding this distinction is crucial because each type follows different naming rules. Let's explore each type in detail. Now let's learn how to name binary acids. Binary acids follow a simple and straightforward naming pattern. The rule is, start with the prefix hydro, then add the root of the element name, followed by the suffix ic, and end with the word acid. So the complete formula for naming is hydro plus element root plus ic plus acid. Binary acids are formed when hydrogen combines with a nonmetal element. Let's look at some examples to make this clear. Here are some common examples of binary acids. HCl, which is hydrogen and chlorine, is named hydrochloric acid. HBr, which is hydrogen and bromine, is named hydrobromic acid. HF, which is hydrogen and fluorine, is named hydrofluoric acid. And H2S, which is hydrogen and sulfur, is named hydrosulfuric acid. Notice how each name follows the pattern: hydro plus the element root plus ic acid. Practice identifying the pattern in each example. Now let's move on to oxyacids, which are slightly more complex. Oxyacid names depend on the polyatomic ion they contain. Remember, oxyacids are composed of hydrogen plus a polyatomic ion. A polyatomic ion is a group of atoms that carries a charge. The naming of oxyacids is based on the ending of the polyatomic ion's name. There are two main patterns to learn for oxyacids. Here are the two essential rules for naming oxyacids. First, if the polyatomic ion ends in ate, you change the ending to ic acid. For example, sulfate becomes sulfuric acid. Second, if the polyatomic ion ends in ite, you change the ending to -ose acid. For example, sulfite becomes sulfurous acid. These two rules are the foundation for naming all oxyacids. Let's see how these rules apply to real examples. Let's look at examples where the polyatomic ion ends in ate. H2SO4 contains the sulfate ion, so it's named sulfuric acid. HNO3 contains the nitrate ion, so it's named nitric acid. H3PO4 contains the phosphate ion, so it's named phosphoric acid. And HC2H3O2 contains the acetate ion, so it's named acetic acid. Notice how in each case, we changed ate to ic acid. Now let's examine examples where the polyatomic ion ends in ite. H2SO3 contains the sulfite ion, so it's named sulfurous acid. HNO2 contains the nitrite ion, so it's named nitrous acid. H3PO3 contains the phosphite ion, so it's named phosphorus acid. And HClO2 contains the chlorite ion, so it's named chlorous acid. In each case, we changed ite to -ose acid. Let's review what we've learned. For binary acids, use the pattern hydro plus element root plus ic acid. For oxyacids, if the ion ends in ate, change it to ic acid. If the ion ends in ite, change it to -ose acid. Master these rules, and you'll be able to name any acid confidently. Practice with different examples to reinforce your understanding. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your chemistry studies.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.